5 best times to buy a new Toyota Tacoma. Well, good morning everyone, and how are you today? Pretty good here, and welcome back to the channel. So what are the 5 best times to buy a new Tacoma? Well, I've done it a few times myself. We got a new one sitting back there. I had a 2018. I've got a little bit of experience in this. So, number 1, first and foremost, is when you don't need it. You know, a lot of us go to the lot when we're at that point that we've got to have something new because we're having problems with the truck that we have. So you kind of feel pressured, your own internal pressure, right? Because you know something's coming, there's going to be a breakdown, it's going to cost you money, maybe you're out of warranty, maybe you didn't buy one of those extended warranties, and you know there's something coming. So there's this internal pressure to do something. I mean, the dealership's going to put enough pressure on you anyway, right? Because that's what they do. So buy it when you don't need it. Next up, number 2, end of the month or end of the year. Dealerships, they have to pay tax at the end of the year on their inventory, right? So they want to reduce it as much as possible. So they do that by running sales, running specials, incentives to the customers, and incentives to their salesmen. Now, best time to go is either at the end of the year, as I said, or the end of the month, because they want to turn their inventory, right? And they need to do that at those periods of time, and there's more incentive for them to do it. If it's just starting out in the beginning of the month, you know, the salesmen, they've all made their quotas or not for that particular month because they're graded and paid, I believe, monthly. So they're starting fresh. They don't necessarily have to cut good deals right at the beginning of the month because they have the whole rest of the month to go. So go at the begin or the end rather of the month, or if you can, at the end of the year. Number 3, and this one's kind of funny, during college football season. Now you might think that's kind of strange. Why does that matter? And I actually had a dealership tell me this once. It's because there is a marked decline of customers at dealerships during college football season. I know this because I've been to dealerships on game Saturdays myself. You go into those places and it's like a ghost town, man. There's like tumbleweeds and footballs rolling around. Nobody's there because college football in this country is huge, especially if you live in a football town. You know, I lived in Columbus, Ohio, where we had the Ohio State Buckeyes. And practically the whole city and all the suburbs were into it, right? Now, I know not everybody's into football, but it makes a huge dent in the number of people that go out and visit the dealership. So when they do get somebody that comes in, they're a little bit more inclined to sell, right? Because they know that every Saturday there's going to be a game coming up, and they're going to lose, in essence, the volume that they had before college football started. It's a crazy thing, but it's true. Number 4, right now, today, right now, if you have a trade. The reason I say that is because trades right now are probably worth more than they have been maybe ever. Companies are giving a lot of money for used cars right now. The used market is huge. If you don't believe me, go out, plug in your own car and, you know, KBB, Kelley Blue Book, or Carvana, or take it to CarMax and see what they'll give you for it. It's crazy some of the numbers that people are giving, companies are giving, to purchase your used car. It's because the markets are really, really up right now, demand for used cars. And I think primarily because the new car inventory is down. Because of what we have going on in the world right now, factories were shut down and inventories have fallen. So if people are out there buying cars, sometimes the only choice you have to get what you want is to go used. And that has really bumped up the used car market. So your trade-in is going to be worth primo money right now. You're going to get the most for it that you'll probably ever get right now. Number 5, when the lots are full. This kind of relates back to number 4 a little bit, right? I mean, it comes to reason. If the dealer is sitting there with a full complement of vehicles, they need to move some things, right? Because again, the tax man's going to come knocking and they're going to have to pay on that inventory. So they have a little bit more incentive to make you a good deal and move those vehicles off the lot, right? I've seen it before. Right now, again, relating back to number 4, isn't a particularly good time if you're going to buy a new vehicle, especially a new Tacoma. Inventory is short, at least in most of the country. There are some pockets here and there that do have a decent inventory, and those are probably great places to buy from right now. Now, I have a bonus one for you too. Frame of mind. This one is big as far as I'm concerned. When you're in the mood for no BS. You know, we all have different days where you're feeling a little bit more oomph, you know, where you're ready to take on the world. You're ready to get out there and battle. And that's the day you want to go to the car dealer, right? Because you know it's going to be a battle. These guys do it every day. They're good at it. They're used to battling with people that walk in the door. And I always find it amusing for people who say they go in and they got the upper hand and they beat the dealership. I got news for you. These guys do this for a living. They are seasoned professionals, unless you get somebody that's brand new. And if you do, chances are they're going to hand you off at some point to somebody who is a little bit more seasoned. So it helps to go in when you're in the right frame of mind, right? Don't go in on the day that you're feeling a little timid or that you're feeling a little down. Go in on the day that you're rip-roaring to go, right? That you're ready to take on the world and you are ready to win. Because that's the kind of battle you should be having at the car dealership. You know, go in there armed with what it is that you're willing to pay, what it is that you're looking to get out of your trade, and make sure you do some research, you know. Don't go into a dealership and have no idea what your trade is worth. I mean, you need to run a few numbers, and it's easy to do. You can go out to Kelley Blue Book, you can have Carvana give you an estimate. If you're really motivated, you can take it over to CarMax, sit there for about half an hour, and they'll give you a number, what they will actually give you on the spot for your trade. And by the way, that's good information to have when you go into the dealership, because you've got them in your pocket. I've done it several times myself. And I've told the dealership, I've even taken in CarMax's paper and said, hey, if you can match this, this is what, then we'll make the deal. You know, I'll sell it to you. And I've had dealerships tell me that they can't match it. And I told them that, you know, and I actually did this once. I said, you realize that when I leave here, I'm going to pass 2 or 3, in this case it was Honda, dealerships on my way to CarMax to sell this car. I said, I might stop off at one of them and go ahead and give them my business. CarMax's price was so good that they said, we can't do it. And they let me leave. Now, maybe they were just fat from the month and didn't really need the extra sale. I don't know. But that was a testament as to, at least with that vehicle on that day, what kind of money I could get out of my car at CarMax. So make sure that you have something in your pocket when you go in. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, kind of go over the 5 best times to buy a new Tacoma. Especially right now, while the market seems to be hot, I get a lot of response, a lot of comments on the channel, people telling me that they're looking, they're trying to find a Tacoma. A lot of them are having problems because inventory is low. Leave a comment, let me know. Have you been looking? Are you having trouble finding one right now? Are you in the market? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you haven't before and you're interested, check out my other channel. It is RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator out there. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.